Hello, I'm Georgie Collins, and with me in the studio today is Simonetta Cheli, Head of the Coordination Office with the Earth Observation Programme. Thank you
Hello.
for joining us. Simonetta, can you tell me a bit about your role within the Earth Observation team?
Yes, I'm the head of the coordination office in the Earth Observation Directorate, which means I'm a sort of a head of cabinet of the director who has two hats. He's on one side the head of ESRIN, so the establishment of ESA in Italy. On the other side, he's the director of Earth Observation in ESA, which means the biggest program in ESA with about 30% of the budget share, people working in ESTEC, in ESRIN, and in Paris.
And what activities are carried out here in ESRIN?
So here in ESRIN, basically what you do is the exploitation phase of the Earth observation mission. It means that ESRIN is not the place where you actually build the satellites and where you launch it or operate it, but once all of this is done, you need to make sure that the mission is exploited, which means you interface with user communities, scientists, users that actually use the Earth observation data from ESA missions and non-ESA missions. You ask for their requirements, you make sure they receive and they get the data based on what they need in terms of projects. We have a lot of scientific projects which are run through ESRIN with the expertise in ESRIN. You have very often experts on field of environment like sea level rise, ozone monitoring, forest, or other themes which are located in ESRIN, but they work with a network of scientists worldwide who use our data and who give us feedback in terms of scientific reviews, publications, and report to conferences about the work they do with our data. That's one of the parts of the work which is done in ESRIN. Then in ESRIN, you also coordinate for Earth observation the ground segment. It means that you must make sure with a brain in ESRIN, but with a distributed ground segment, which involves stations, acquisition stations worldwide, but also Europe-wide, that the data are acquired, that they are safely stored, that they're safety given to those who actually manage the data and distribute the data. So ESRIN is a sort of the brain of this ground segment coordinated network. And here you have the experts for that in terms of development of the system, in terms of evolution of such ground segment, and in terms of working with industry who supports us on that job.
What are some of the corporate key activities here at ESRIN?
Here in ESRIN, we have some key corporate functions in support of all these activities. Typically, the security office is located for ESA here, which allows all the implementation of security measures on ESA sites, security of documentation, so a very core function which is located in ESRIN for the whole of ESA. Then you have support functions like the informatics. The bulk of the informatic activity at ESA is located in ESRIN. And you have also some other corporate functions like the long-term archiving of the ESA documentation located at ESRIN, and some functions associated to corporate communications which are here. In addition to corporate functions and the big bulk of the activity, which is Earth observation, in ESRIN you also have the project team for the Vega small European launchers. It's located here because of the vicinity with Fiat Avio and Colleferro, which is the prime contractor. And the team works with the launcher activities, of course, which are mainly located in Paris.
And what are some of the most enjoyable aspects of working here at ESRIN?
Well, ESRIN is a fantastic place. First of all, it's a center which is close to other research centers. It's like a network of research centers with the Italian ones around it. So there is a very vast, I would say, area aggregated of people who work in research science field, not only at ESRIN, but around here, the place. It's a little bit isolated outside Rome, which allows you to work very calmly in a very nice context in the middle of the olives. It's also very good infrastructure in terms of social facilities and working atmosphere. I think we're very advanced in ESRIN in terms of being very environment friendly, using solar panels, economizing water, and I think ESA should be at the forefront of all of that as we work in environment and as we work on these topics. And here in ESRIN, I think we implement that very well. Also the friendly atmosphere, it's a very young establishment. The average age here is about 40. And it's a very international place because not only you have the 22 countries represented of ESA member states, but you have a lot of people coming worldwide as trainees from partner agencies, from scientific institutions worldwide, like the Chinese or others. So it's a very international context and a very pleasant one to work in.
Thank you very much, Simonetta.
Thank you.